Hi, Gibaud, Gibaud.com. This camera is not for you, but this one is. This is the sentence that too many people don't want to hear or don't want to tell. And this is what we're going to speak about today. So let's start. So why did I decide to make this video? Well, because this month I've reviewed several cameras and I saw the reaction of some people to criticize about the camera or telling the positive points of cameras. Some reaction are really like, yeah, they get offended or they get bothered, and I realized that actually they are bothered by what I may say because the camera I present doesn't correspond to what they need, or the other way around. They love this camera and they do not accept that other people have different needs. Okay, so this is the reason. So we're going to analyze that. First, the ideal situation is that each of us, we would have a tailor-made camera to our needs, to our morphology, to our taste. But that's simply not possible. It would be really too expensive. Each camera would be some kind of prototype, and that would be a problem. So luckily, there are enough brands and camera models to pick the one that is the closest possible to what we want and need. And this is when you realize that many people have a problem with the camera they want, or they don't get the camera they would need, basically because the diagnostic is not made properly. First, you have to analyze everything your photography needs. What do I want to do with the camera? What kind of pictures I want to make? All this. Your morphology. Do I have a small hand, a big hand? Your strength. Can I lift 500 grams or 2 kilos? That's not the same thing. So obviously this already indicates what a camera could be for you or not. Or maybe your budget. Some people have really low budget, so even if a camera would be perfect for what they want to do, they can afford it. Or the other way around, people have a really high budget and they can afford the best camera that suits their needs. And maybe it's an expensive camera, but they can afford it, so they can get it. Also, your taste. Sometimes you see a camera, you love the way it looks, or sometimes you don't. Or you prefer to have a viewfinder in the center, on the side. There are many things that are personal taste. Also, what are you going to do with the pictures? Is it for social networks? Are you going to print the size of a building? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to shoot just JPEG, or you want to really pixel pipe and really fine-tune the raw file, or whatever? What is your situation when you use it? Is it the tropical jungle, or are you at home doing macro photography with a controlled environment with no problem? All this you need to analyze. Without analyzing this, obviously you have a really high risk to get the wrong camera. And this is where you are the buyer. And if you are the person that gives advice, it's important that you ask, what do you need? What for? All this. So this is the only way you can orientate the person to the right tool, the right gear. I say camera, it could be lenses, it could be accessories, whatever, okay? But it's so important. These questions need to be made, because the camera that is good for me, maybe it's not good for you, and the other way around. And many people forget this, that what they feel is the best camera for them, they conclude that it will be the best camera for everyone, and that's not the way it is, because everyone is different, needs are different, money is different, everything. So what is good for me is not necessarily good for you, and the other way around. By the way, if you wanted to help me, don't forget I've got affiliated links in the description. Please use them, that really helps me. And if you wanted to buy Luminar Neo or Aperty by Skylum, or any product from K&F website, I've got the link in the description, like K&F Concept, tripod, filters, all this, and more brands. Use my code ERIC10 and you get a 10% discount. In the case of Luminar Neo and Aperty, it's 10% on top of the offer they have. You see, a great offer, you still place my code, it's even cheaper for you. Thank you so much, that really helps me. Let's carry on. But the big problem here are fanatics. These people, fanatics of all kinds, but here we speak about photography. These fanatics are really killing the situation. They do not accept any criticize, even if it's a positive criticize, because I may say, well, I love this camera, But in such situation, this is not the camera I would use. So if you are the person who make photography in this situation, that's probably not the right camera for this. And they get offended. They get mad. They do not understand that not everyone use the camera the same way, or not everyone make the same type of picture. They just go crazy. And that's a big problem, because these people, they just, rot social networks, and they also are bad advisors, because they don't put themselves in the situation of other people. And the reality is that you ask, I want to do sport photography, and this guy has a camera that's probably not for sport photography, but they tell you it's the best camera. Result, you buy the wrong camera. So it's so important. They don't understand that there are no perfect camera, but there are cameras that are perfect for what you want to do. And if you have different needs, what I criticize about this is for that need, not the camera in general. Okay? And actually, these people, normally, they are really bad advisors. Why? Because they don't place themselves in your shoes. They don't ask what you need. They don't ask what you want to do. They just assume that you will do the same as they do. So they're bad advisors. Second, there are really toxic people on social networks, because they attack anyone that will say the slightest criticize to a camera or to any gear. So that creates a really bad ambient. Also, they are completely paranoid. They are convinced that YouTubers, they have some kind of agreement to tell this camera is bad. Well, that's nonsense. First, if you have a small channel, maybe you don't have any affiliated links, so it doesn't really matter if you speak good or bad, okay? But if you have affiliated links, if I speak bad about a camera or about a feature of a camera, the first person to be affected is me and my money, because people maybe will not buy that camera, will not click on the affiliated links, and I lose a sale. And also maybe the shop that lends me the camera, or the brand that lends me the camera, will end up telling, we don't lend anything anymore to Eric because he says the negative points. So now we sell less, so that's a problem. But I think a YouTuber must be honest. He must think long term. It means, if I always say, no, this is great, this is great, this is great, and then after you tell me, yeah, but you didn't mention this problem on that camera, and so many people now are complaining, so you're a bad advisor, that will, end up being a problem for me. So I don't say I'm right. I may sometimes make mistakes, obviously, like anyone, but still, I think I have to be honest, and if something I think is not perfect for such or such situation, it's my obligation to tell it. And yes, thinking that we have some agreement to criticize something is stupid. Yes, it is stupid, because obviously, like the Nikon Z6 III, I think it's a great camera. I did spoke about the dynamic range and some situation, and some people thought, yeah, you're against Nikon, you're against this camera. No, first, my idea is to be honest. And if I speak negative about something, obviously that may make less sales to me, so less commission, less business for me, which is what maintains my life and my channel. So this is stupid to think that we have some kind of we have this kind of agreement. Nonsense. Also, you realize that they're also really aggressive towards any alternative advice. Always try to advise within the same brand, because otherwise you just get shot. So like for example, say the Z6 III is a great camera, but for such situation I think the Z5 II is better. Well, they don't accept that either. They really want to tell their camera is perfect, and they will not accept anything else. This is stupid. Honestly, this is the wrong attitude, and that really rot the whole ambience in photography. So this big cocktail of bad diagnostic, attitude of fanatics, makes that many people buy the wrong camera. Buy the wrong camera, or sometimes they spend a lot more money than what they need. And if this is more than they need, well, if you have the money, there's no drama, no one got shot, that's okay. The problem is when they spend money they cannot really afford. So they make a really big effort to buy a camera, and they did not need such a camera. Even sometimes it's a great camera, but they did not need to spend that much. So this is nonsense. So it's so important to have this diagnostic. So to make sure you don't get by the wrong camera, first you need to do a complete diagnostic, analyzing everything you need, trying to guess, if you're new to photography, what situation, what this, what that, to try to explain as much as you can what you need. And if you are a person that gives advice, ask this question to the person. Say, what do you want to do? What for? When? How? In what situation? All this. So you can orientate to the camera that suits better their needs. Second piece of advice, don't follow the advice of just one person. You watch my video, you're happy about it, still go and see other people's videos or magazine, or speak to someone, or go to a shop, listen, explain what you want, what for, see different things. Maybe you want to do astrophotography. I don't do astrophotography. I may say this camera is great, but maybe it's not good for astrophotography, or it's not the best you can buy for your money. So maybe go and check a YouTuber that does astrophotography, see what he uses. If he uses that camera, ask him all this. So it's so important. Do not follow just one person. Third, it's so important to understand that there are no best or worst camera. There are best or worst for what you want to do. This camera is the best for what you want. This camera is the best for what I want. But we don't necessarily need the same thing. So this is so important. And then it's also important to understand that sometimes people, they see the specs, they see the price, and they feel that that's the right camera because it's expensive, it has many megapixels, so it can do everything. The other day, I can't remember which video it was, a Spanish guy wrote, any camera that costs more than 2,000 euros is able to do anything. And also, no, that's not the way it is. Let's check the Leica M11. This is a great camera, and use it now to do the football game of your kid on Saturday, for example. Is it the right camera for that? This camera is only manual focus. The longest focal length is 135 millimeter, and it's almost unusable in action. You need to drop to 90 millimeters to be able to focus manually, because it's only manual focus, the best as you can. That's unless you go running on the field with the kids around and the referee doesn't mind. It's not the camera for that. And this camera costs 8,500 euros, and the lenses cost from 2,500 to 12,000 euros. Is it the camera for that? No. So can we conclude that any camera above 2,000 euros and such result is good? No. So I answered this to the guy. I said, well, what about the M11? And he says, yeah, 60 million pixel, 5 frames per second. Obviously, this is able to do it. And then I explained what I just said to tell him no. And he said, I don't know the camera anyway. Exactly. You conclude that because it's expensive, or it's a lot of money, because it has 60 million pixels, it's obviously the camera that can do anything. No, that's not the way it is. If you go to the tropical jungle, it's not weather sealed, all this, that's a problem. So people don't understand that. So it's so important. Price and megapixel is not the only thing that makes a camera good for you or not. It can be a great camera, not just for you. That's the way it is. Maybe you could spend a lot less, or sometimes you need to spend more. Depends what you want to do. But the last point, that is the most important. The best camera for you is the camera you feel good with. You feel happy to use, you feel confident to use, because if you have this good connection between the camera and you, which is a team, it's not a best camera, it's no best photographer, it's the best team, camera, lens, and photographer. If you feel good, you will go out and make picture. You feel confident, your picture will be better, you will improve your photography because you feel good. And people must understand that. Second, there's a point, maybe you have to speak about it at home. It's completely normal after some time to have several cameras, because maybe this camera covers these needs. But for other needs, you need a different camera. Let's say you have Sony Alpha A1, great camera, all this, but will you take this, a massive lens you have on it, all this, for your vacation when you want something in your pocket? No, so we'll probably buy a small camera for that. This great small camera you love when you go on vacation, is it the one you're going to use to make sport photography, really fast action photography of someone that is far away, or wildlife photography? Probably not. So you will end up with 2, 3, or 4 cameras. That's the way it is. But for each, you need to do a diagnostic. What do I need? Do I like it? All this. So this is why you will end up with several cameras. Not because one is bad and the other one is good. But one is good for what you want to do and the other one is not good for that. And the other way around. So it's so important. So I know these videos for some people may think that, yeah, he just wants to defend himself from haters and things like this. No, I just explained that haters are a big problem. Obviously they're a big problem. Sometimes they're just mad. I mean, all comments on my YouTube channel, they go through validation. So when I see someone that really needs something urgently, I answer straight away. But also remove any insults. And you should see some people that are just crazy. They just go insulting me because I dared tell something negative about something. Well, first, this is my opinion. I may be wrong. You may have a different need and different opinion, and it's respectful. It's respectful. Some people say, yeah, but you don't accept criticize when I criticize what you say. No. It's not the fact of accepting or not criticizing. It's you're attacking me because I did say something you didn't like. And this is not a criticize. This is an attack. This is really different. So please, calm down. Fanatics, calm down. And don't forget that to buy the right camera, speak to the right person. I don't speak about myself. There are many people that may help you. But always explain what you want to do and what it is for. And if you are the person who gives advice, ask what it is for. And don't forget, this camera you have, you love, maybe it's not the camera for everyone. That's so important. Any camera can do great things. There are no bad cameras. But not every camera is for everyone. Okay, so that's important. So there are enough cameras to get the one that suits you best. That's easy. That's simple. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you like it. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The small button on here and the small bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment. Also, comment below. Also, leave you affiliated links in description. Please use them. That really helps me. And don't forget, if you want to buy Luminar Neo or Aperti by Skylum or any product from K&F website, I've got a link in description, like K&F Concept accessories. Don't forget, with the code ERIC10 you get a 10% discount. In the case of Aperti and Luminar Neo, it's 10% on top of any offer they have. So you still place my code, it's even cheaper for you. Thank you so much. That really helps me. Also, leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.